Ah, there's nothing like the smell of Camtasia in the morning. Salvete omnes, I'm Amelia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and I'm moving on to my second LP and the Super Nintendo. Yes, I use SNES, or however you say it. Why didn't somebody ever name an emulator something you can pronounce? Seriously. So, we're doing Super Mario World this time, another really common game. Not a Mega Man one, obviously. Plot, 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 plot. Or lack of it thereof. If you don't have the manual, this is basically all the story you get. Mario and Luigi take a vacation, and Bowser kidnaps the princess again. She really needs to learn some decent self-defense moves or something. So we'll check out Yoshi's house, and find not much of interest. That message box actually shows a different message if you have Yoshi, and if you have Yoshi you can eat those berries and get coins from them, but we don't have Yoshi. Yoshi's Island 1. Sprite BD, Extended Object 41. Oh yeah, sorry. Sprite 9F. AB 83. Yeah, sorry, I'm a Super Mario World hacker, so I'm gonna be spouting a lot of random esoteric data about this game, like sprite numbers and that stuff. But this game introduces a lot of things that weren't present in the first few Mario games, like these jumping piranha plants and these non-green pipes and these turn blocks I just spin jump through. You can only smash those when you're big, though. And those, I call them Yoshi coins. I think they're supposed to be called dragon coins technically. That was the midway point I just hit. And this outline block here, you don't have to worry about just yet. Point of advice. You can hold an extra, I already know that, item in the top of the box. You press select, it drops down. Ah, it's a giant bullet! Fortunately, these bonsai bells, as they're called, are not much harder to kill than their smaller cousins. They move slower, and once you get above them, you can just bonk them anyway, just like you would the other ones. And these little guys are Rexes. You jump on them once, and they start moving faster, and they're squished. You jump on them again, and they get completely squished and die. Last Yoshi coin, and you get a 1-up if you get all 5 of them. You get, if there are more than 5, you get a 1-up every time you get the 5th one, and everything after that. Panic! Run around with my head squished. See, look at him, he's a nervous Rex. This guy is clapping Chuck. He's one of the different varieties of Chucks we'll encounter. He jumps up, claps, and that was the goal point I just hit, obviously. Yellow Switch Palace. See, if I were playing this game when I was like 7, I would have saved this stage for later, because you can save your game after this one, and you don't get another save point until after the castle. So I would have wanted to save like after Yoshi's Island 2 or 3 or something like that, but I really don't think I'm gonna die 10 times between now and beating the castle. This game is easy. This is actually the first video game I ever beat, and one of the easiest games I've ever played that was still fun. Key phrase being still fun, because an awful lot of hackers of this game seem to think that the low difficulty of it was a disgrace to humankind, and they're going to try to hypercorrect that by making it as difficult as possible in their renditions of it. Why? I don't know. Yoshi's Island 2 is actually easier than Yoshi's Island 1. And see, these blocks are filled in now that we got the yellow switch palace. I don't remember exactly what extended object numbers the yellow and green switch blocks are, but I know it's 80-something. And the red and blue ones are tileset specific objects, if you know what I mean. Which, if you're not a hacker of this game, you probably don't. Oh yeah, and we get Yoshi. his first introduction. You can eat these little red berries, you can swallow these Koopas and spit them out. And we have Charging Chuck. This guy used to give me so much trouble the first time I played this game, but... you know, that was the first time I played this game. And that was a 1-up because we already have Yoshi. If I didn't have Yoshi right now, then that would have been another Yoshi. And Yoshi can't climb vines, so you have to get off him and come back. I keep eating those Monty moles before they pop out of the ground, but we'll see. And if you eat 10 red berries, you get a mushroom like that. See, there's what they look like when they're out of the ground. You can also eat 2 pink berries for another item, but there aren't 2 pink berries in this level, so... you're supposed to use the throw blocks there to hit these things, but you can kind of cheat if you have Yoshi by jumping and then jumping off Yoshi. I'll get the last one with the throw block just to see what it looks like. Pick these things up, throw them, or jump and throw them. This part also used to give me trouble back in the day. I just could not get the hang of throwing the blocks upward. Another jumping piranha plant. P-switch. Yoshi can put those in his mouth, and unlike in Super Mario Bros. 3, you can move them. You can pick them up. And we get 29 bonus stars. If you get 100 bonus stars, you get a little bonus game after you complete the stage. So we're up to 54. Yoshi's Island 3. And we have different music. At least relatively different. Interesting thing about this game is that most of the music in it is a remix of the same theme. Which you know is fine the first time you're playing the game, but after you've already played it a zillion times and you're hearing basically the same music over and over again and there isn't much variation, it can kind of get tiresome, actually. Oh yeah, there are 4 colors of Koopas in this game instead of just 2. 2 of them stay on ledges, 2 of them don't. And when Yoshi swallows a Koopa shell, he can do special things. If he eats a red one, then when he spits it out, it'll turn into 3 fireballs. Speaking of fireballs, I should demonstrate that unlike in Super Mario Bros. 3, if you shoot a bad guy with these fireballs, they turn into a coin. Little addition there. Other firepower. There's another power-up you can get, but that doesn't show up until Yoshi's, or Donut Plains 1. See, that was a 1-up because I got at least 30 coins before hitting it. If I'd gotten fewer than 30, it would just give me another coin. Part's clear, and we're up to 81 bonus stars and 18 lives. See why I said this game was easy? Yoshi's Island 4 is a water stage. I don't want that mushroom since it would just replace my firepower, and I don't want to power down, only up and up and up. Little bonus area here. If you have Yoshi, these guys have 5 segments and you can eat him. Well, you can still eat him anyway, but... if I didn't have Yoshi, these would have only 3 segments so that I could jump over them. I don't have to jump over them with Yoshi because I can just eat him. Little multi-coin block. And I just lost Yoshi, but I can get back on him, fortunately. I get that P-switch first. Little invincible star. There is one stage later in the game where you can just, where you get an invincibility, Starman, whatever, and you can get like 17 lives from it. And that's it. This stage is short. What can I say? It's only 13 screens long. It doesn't even have a midway point. And since we got over 100, we get the bonus game. You hit these things and try to make lines of 3. And so far I don't seem to be doing all that well. Yeah, I only got one. You get a 1-up for every line of 3 of the same symbol you make. If you get all 8 of them the same, the middle one, or all 9 of them, the middle one always is the same thing. And you can get up to 8 lives that way. And we're already at the castle. And you can't take Yoshi into castles, so you get to climb on this little net here and meet our friends, the Net Koopas. There are only 2 kinds of these, red and green. The red ones move faster. Sprites 23 through 22 through 25. And the P-switch is 3E, I think, sprite number 3E. Podoboo, sprite 33. Revolving neck door, sprite 54. See, with this, you press Y while you're on it, and it'll revolve and switch you to the other side of the net. And that would have been horrendously bad timing if I hadn't accidentally shot the Koopa with the fireball. Midway point, and auto-scroll. I hate auto-scroll, but oh well. This section isn't difficult. We got these layer 3 smashers here. They don't kill you instantly if you get stuck under them, although they do hurt you. Just have to wait out this annoyingly slow auto-scroll. And there's the boss door. That message box said that we have to push Iggy Koopa into the lava. And when I first played this game, I thought it meant, like, literally push him, like, walk up to him and push him. Off you go, Iggy! So I kept running into him and wondering why I was getting hit. Oh yeah, and also Bowser trapped 7 of Yoshi's friends in the castles, and we just rescued one of them, and blew up the castle. Mario has defeated the demented Iggy Koopa in Castle Number 1, and rescued Yoshi's friend who is still trapped in an egg. Together they now travel to Donut Land. Iggy was a good fellow. He hated everyone and everything, but a good heart nevertheless. Please be more reasonable with my children next time. Castle destroyed. And we move on to World 2. And I'm gonna save here. See, this game is definitely easier than Mega Man 2 and quicker. The stages are shorter, so I'm usually gonna probably be able to fit an entire world in one video. But that's the end of this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.